I can only record, I can't upload yet. But by the time you guys see this, I won't be stuck here anymore, so. Oh man, we got a lot to talk about. It's stuff I don't want to talk about, so. Friday was my last day at work. Last Friday, that week, my birthday week, the boss came. That Friday, I told him I was quitting. We had a nice long discussion. And then I went shopping with my friend after work. That's a whole nother story. So I don't know where to start off. Because a lot of you's like, what the fuck's going on, Lisa? Okay, let me tell you what the fuck's happening. So, like, this is like my personal business, and I don't want to air this out. But anyhow, I don't know if you guys know this, but I keep alluding to it. But like, I'm in an abusive household, right? So I don't like having to like think about it, right? Because I don't like having to like weigh myself down. I just think about other things, and then because I forget things constantly. So, um, my mind just went blank. I have some time now to record because the abusive nonsense is out of the house right now, and it's the only time I get before I leave. So, okay, I'll start back. Remember, I told you guys I hate the spring, so I'll start the story there, okay? So, April time is tax season, right? And the guy we go to do taxes with is like an old family friend, right? So I told you guys last year they didn't celebrate my birthday or anything. And then this year, we're gonna go see the tax guy, right? He's known my dad before he came to the country, and I met my mom, and they got married and all that stuff. So like they go way back, so they know each other a long time. So I didn't get to see him last year, the year before. One of those years, there's a lot of people in the office, but I didn't pay attention because I'm like, I just want to go in to do taxes and fucking get out of there, right? So, this year was really weird. I felt the energy go off, right? And I'm like, oh, we'll probably get to see him this year. But for some reason, when I got up that morning I told Aaron this part of the story already, right? Yeah, I got up that morning, and I'm like, I have to dress nice. And I was like, I don't fucking stand why. But I'm like, I felt that throughout my whole body, right? So I'm like, okay, I dress nice, go to work, and then we head off to go do taxes that day, right? I don't remember because like anything like awful and sickening, and I'm like, I don't want to think about it. I can't remember. So, right now I'm so irritated because I hate that I have to like. You guys have seen I've worn those red shirts and these clothes because the abusiveness. Anyhow, it's hard to explain. Anyhow, yeah, my life's really fucking complicated. There's so many things going on. But anyways, so we get there. And then like I see the guy, right? Because I was like the first one. We used to go when we were kids, right? But I don't remember any of that. And then a couple years back, I was the first one to go, so he always like sees me first, right? So I've seen him a good couple years, except for the last few, especially COVID time. But anyways, so this time like I haven't seen him in a while, so I'm seeing him like in a while, and I see him and I'm like, he's dressed too nicely. Like he's all dressed up. I'm so confused looking at him because I'm like, this man like, unless he was gonna go see like the prime minister or something, I was like, why is he dressed so nicely? And I wasn't expecting him to be there because he said he was gonna retire or something. I don't remember what he was saying, but he was like, you guys won't see me afterwards, right? And I was like, thank God. But anyhow, he lied. He was there all dressed up, right? We do our taxes, we do all the normal shit. I'm like, like for some reason the energy's going off, and I don't feel it until the end, right? So we do all the normal stuff that happens every fucking year, right? I'm like, okay, nothing's like out of like normal. Everything's going as it usually does. Then right at the end when we're about to leave, he looks me dead in the eye. No, hold on. Before even that, me and Brian, we talked about like how, because dad always complains about money, right? It's always about fucking money with them. Like our well-being doesn't matter. So me and Brian, before we even got there, we were like, okay, let's discuss how we paying for this shit, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it, right? Just tell me how much. So me and Brian figured it out, and right when he told us to pay, I just went like this, right? And this man like looked me dead in the eye, and he's like, I can't remember the exact words, but West Indian people call it obia, right? And that means like that's not good. So the moment I heard that, I was like, oh my fucking god. Um, those are the people like that cast witchcraft and dark magic and all that shit, right? Like they like I don't know how to explain. Like I don't know how to explain it in fucking English, in plain motherfucking English. So he said that, and I felt sick because nobody knows that I read, right? And for him to say that made me feel really sick. So then I was like, okay, it's nothing. I'm like, just like I can't react to it, right? I'm like, just don't react because he's looking at me weird, right? Because I'm like if you look at it on paper, like there shouldn't be anything wrong, right? Up until you find out that I read, because it doesn't make sense why I'm single and all the other shit, right? Like so we get to so like I'm trying to like not react, right? So then right at the end there, because I'm like, okay, whatever, like that's like something out of place, but it's not resonating with the same energy I'm feeling, right? Like I could feel my gut feeling fucking going off. So right at the end when we're about to leave, he stops me, right? Nobody else, he stops me, and he said, I can't remember the words because I was so disgusted. Like I can't remember. I felt so fucking ill. Um, he tried to set me up with his son, and I was like, what in the fuck? Then my dad looked over. I don't remember if he looked at me first or at the dude, and he's like, oh, that's a good idea, because he wasn't thinking about it, and now he was thinking about it, and my first reaction was like, fuck no, and I'm trying to leave the room, and he won't fucking leave, and I was like, motherfucker. So we're in the car now, right? Because I'm like, that makes sense now. He's dressed nice to ask me something, right? Because if he don't have to work, he's not gonna go in and work, right? Like anyhow. So I don't remember how many kids he has, right? I know he has a daughter. I've met her a couple of times. So he's like the accountant, and then she deals with wills and all of those types of things, right? I don't know what the fuck his son does because I don't know the man's name or what he does. All he told me was go out with his son and that he's like in his 30s. And my first reaction is like, why? What in the fuck? So we're in the car now, right? Like I'm just like Trev and like I look at Trevor and Brian, they're just like they're like it's your problem, like deal with it. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, I just almost got sold off in that room. So then we're in the car now, on our way home. And dad's all excited. He said, you should go meet the guy. And I was like, why the fuck would I do that? And he's like, they have money. And I was like, are you fucking stupid? Right? So, he's like, Lisa, you're not gonna get any better than that. Like, you're gonna fuck this up. Like, they're educated and they have money. And I was like, what in the actual fuck? So then when we get home, he tells mom, and mom's like, oh, great, we have someone to sell her off to. Right? So I'm like disgusted. I tell Aaron about this. And I told Aaron, this shit's been going on for a while. I'm gonna run. Right? Like, that's what I told him. Because I'm like, I can't stay here. Because, like, what in the fuck? I'm not a fucking ornament. So, he got pissed with me because, like, my birthday just passed, right? And he's like, I wanted to make you a cake. And I'm like, well, there's no point because I'm not gonna. I'm like, you can't celebrate mine if I can't celebrate yours. It's not fair. So he's been, like, really angry. But anyhow, um, yeah, I didn't tell him or anybody else. Like, everybody at work thinks I'm on vacation. They don't know that I'm, like, Friday was my last day, right? So, like, nothing, I didn't act out of the ordinary, right? So it was just a normal day. When they realize it was my last day, they're gonna get really mad because they're like, oh, we're supposed to give you a nice send off and all that shit. But anyhow, um, yeah, so then I'm like, if I'm gonna get married off, I'd rather it might be my choice. You know what I mean? And then everything starts going to fucking shit. And then I'm like, okay, now I know I've been there at the start for everybody, and everybody's abandoning me now, right? So I'm like, okay, fuck y'all. I'm gonna deal with things on my own now, right? So now I'm running. I'm running to a good place. I should be okay. Um, you guys always, like, for you guys' energy, I always feel like you guys are always worried about being betrayed or, like, getting fucked over. Like, my big fear is, like, being abandoned when I need someone the most, right? So, right, like, I have to do everything by myself, like, my whole fucking life. Like, it makes me feel sick. I told you guys in tarot I never make it to 10, right? Because the last, I don't remember if the last two or the last card, like, requires another person, and I never fucking make it to the end. Anyhow, so I'm like, okay, I have just enough money to pay back my student loan, and I'm talking to my friends about this, and I'm like, I worked really hard the past year so I could go see you guys in concerts and then pay back the stupid student loans. I was like, everything was going great up until totally forgot about this fucking shit. So then they told me put a hold on that and then just leave. And I'm like, I'm gonna be on my own again. I have to start back from scratch. So, like, all of, like, the spring, I'm like fucking grieving because I'm like, now I'm going through transformative type energy right now. So I'm like, I have to drop everything, right, that I'm working on just so I can put myself in a better position, right? Like, I can't unbox albums anymore. I can't vlog anymore. I can't read my books anymore. Like, there's gonna be a whole fucking pile there. And I'm pissed. I can't take my card decks. I can only take what I can carry. And I'm like fucking grieving so bad. And I'm like, oh my fucking god. Like, it took so long to gather everything I need to get things done. And now I can't get anything done because it's like starting back from fucking scratch. Imagine, like, um, what do I compare this to? Imagine, like, you have, like, all the paint brushes and paint to make a painting, and then suddenly they take all that away from you, and all you have is your own blood in the canvas. It's like, I don't want to fucking paint anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of feeling. Um, Hence why my eyes were fucked for so long. Um, I'm telling you guys, emotional pain is 110 times worse than fucking physical pain. That's why I like when my nails and things grow up, because I'm like, if I feel the pain here, like, the pain here gone, right? Um, I don't remember if I told you guys this, but back in 2023 when I got knocked, I went straight to my grandmother's for like money reasons, right? Because like they don't tell her shit, right? First thing she told me was, if I'm not gonna be a nice, like because we don't pay rent in this house, right? And the only reason we don't is because dad's like, oh, I don't know if it'll benefit me or not if I charge you rent. And I was like, oh my fucking god, you guys are fucking disgusting. Um, so because we don't pay rent, I'm basically a slave, right? I do anything and everything they want, like, right? Like it pisses me off. Like yesterday, Trev yelled at me because he's like, "You just went out," because like I went to go pick up that dress that I was wearing in the last video. Because I'm like, I can't record that. Like, I need something to wear. I went to go pick up that dress and come back, record that video, right? And then mom calls me from downstairs and she's like, I need you to go do this, this, and this, right? Like, she's so fucking useless. She's like, oh, you can't live without me. I don't know how you can survive without me, that kind of shit. And I'm like, you barely do the bare minimum. I barely eat. I don't have clothes to wear. Like, you don't allow me to sleep properly. Like, I don't know what the fuck. They make me put away dishes that aren't even mine. Anyhow, we'll come back to that shit. But anyhow, so she calls me and she's like, I need you to go do this, this, and this. Right? And I'm like, fucking hell. I was like, Trev's gonna get dragged into this and he's gonna get pissed, right? So I'm like, okay. I'm like, Trev, let's go. I can't remember what I said, but to Trev, it came off really whiny and complaining. And then he yelled at me. And I was like, what the fuck are you fighting with me for? And he's like, you were just outside. Why couldn't you do that and then come back? And I was like, I was really pissed because I'm like, okay, when they need something, I have to drop everything and go fucking do whatever they need. But when I need something, I'm left on my own. Like I needed something to wear, none of them are gonna go all their way to help me. Or like anything that's important to me, they wouldn't help me with, and it pisses me off. Like the concert stuff's important to me. And she keeps calling me a fucking whore. She's like, "Oh, you gotta come home late at night for? Why are you wasting money on?" Like, I have to go through so much fucking shit, right? Um, Anyhow, what was I saying before that? Whatever, I can't even fucking remember because it's just thinking about it pisses me off. Um, yeah, so you guys forget I'm an Indian woman, right? So like they get married early 20s. I'm almost 30 and I'm like look like wrong. They look at me wrong, right? I never like I keep telling you guys I don't feel like I fucking belong anywhere, right? I don't belong in this fucking family. I don't belong anywhere. Everything's so fucking sickening. Like I can't go to them for anything. Um Oh yeah, so I was explaining I went to my grandmother's, right? And I told her I'm like I'm having a fucking hard time here like cuz I go there and I'm like I just needed someone to talk to, right? Like I just cuz I wasn't thinking clearly. I'm like he just fucking knocked me, right? And it's not like he aimed anywhere. He aimed for my face and my mouth cuz they're always trying to silence us and we're not allowed to speak, right? So um I go to her to get some guidance, right? Cuz I'm like okay, she's older, whatever, like she's never been bad to us. Right? And then next thing I hear out of her mouth is she's like, "We need to marry you off." And I was like, "Are you fucking stupid? Just because your husband's dead, like what in the fuck? Like you did that to my mom, my aunt, everyone else, and you think that's the fucking solution? Like, does she look happy? Do any of them look happy to fucking you?" And I can't say anything because I'm like, I never fought with her. That's why I told you, like, going to see her was a mistake. So I've never been back. She called me for my birthday. I didn't want to fucking answer her because I'm like, I don't give, like, I don't give no fucks. So she told me that she's like, "Oh, I know this nice guy. I'm gonna like set you two up." And as soon as I heard that, I fucking left there. And then we have it happening again last April, right? It was this April. It coming up again, right? And then now, okay. I find out my cousin. Remember I told you guys about Derek because he's like my favorite cousin on my dad's side. Well, I can't say that because then Ryan's gonna get pissed. And Derek lived down the road, right? He's a school teacher. He looked like a bouncer. Like, anyways, first girl ditched him, and now he's on the second one, and they're getting married, right? So his wedding's coming up in a couple days, right? And the only oh my god, today was it today? Yeah, today was so fucked. So Indian weddings are such a fucking pain in the ass, right? Like you have like the reception and then all the other dumb shit where you need like 50 different fucking outfits for it, and it's fucking expensive. Like anyhow, so he's gonna be pissed with me if I don't show up, right? But I'm like I don't mind disappointing him if he'll understand, right? Like if I explain to him later, but I know it's gonna hurt him. But anyhow, today we went shopping, and me and mom had to go find dresses, right? And dad didn't want to fucking pay for anything, even though it's like his side family thing. I'm like, I didn't get invited. They invited you and family, right? I'm like, I don't feel like family, so I don't feel like I'm invited, right? So we're at the store. My mom's bitching as usual. My dad's bitching about money. And then we're at the checkout. I'm like, okay, I find a dress that I'm probably never gonna wear, but it's so pretty. Like, I'll show you guys later. Um, and I end up having to pay for everything. I pay over 600 for everything. And then just now he had me order. They can't do fucking anything on their own, right? Because I have to do everything. Just now he had me pay another 200 something for some automotive parts. Right, when I leave, he's not gonna be able to. So I almost spent $1,000 in like a day already, right? And they're not gonna. He won't have enough time to pay me. He'll pay me back, but he won't have enough time to pay me back. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm at like a grand loss, right? So I'm like, I don't really care. If it's like increasing more than that, then I'll start like, I'm like, where my fucking money at? But anyhow, yeah. So when we were checking out, she's like, oh, thank God you work. And I was like I really want to punch her in the face. I was like, you, like, what in the fuck? She used us as an excuse, right? She used to work, and then as soon as she had kids, she's got that idiot mentality where it's like the man's got to do everything, right? So I always felt bad for dad for that, but I'm like, that's where he gets his workaholism from. So yeah, she sits at home. All she's got to do is two things all day: is dishes. Sorry, three things: dishes, cooking, and laundry, and that's basically it, right? She's like basically done for the day, and she can't fucking do anything else, right? Even when I have to order shit for her, I'm like, she doesn't even know how to use a phone. I'm like, she gets so pissed when I don't pick up the phone, but I'm like, if you sent me a quick text, because why am I gonna pick up the phone for fucking 10 seconds when you could just send me a message, right? Bitch doesn't even know how to text. So I'm like, she always wants all like the high end fancy shit, right? I told you guys, like, she's so like, because her side family like rich, they just like having things and don't know how to fucking properly use it. So um she gets pissed at me for not wanting to do things, what like drop what I'm doing to go help her, because she's like, I need you to do this right now. And I was like, you stupid bitch, like you're supposed to tell, like anybody in their right mind schedules things ahead of time, right? If she had told me like a couple days before, or like in the morning or something, like, oh yeah, later on could you do this for me, then I'd be more inclined to do it, you know what I mean? But because I'm being ordered around, I get so pissed. um Yeah, so she's like, "Oh, thank God you work." And then we're in the car again. I fucking hate being in the car. Oh my fucking god. We're in the car again, and dad's like, because mom's like, "Oh, we have to take her to this wedding so she can find someone and we can get rid of her, right?" And then dad's like, "Well, if she wore some lipstick." And I was like, "Oh my fucking god." I really wanted them to stop the car so I could fucking just jump out. I fucking hate them. They fucking ruined everything. They ruined my birthday, holidays, long weekends, my graduation, fucking everything. Why do you think they tried? They did the same thing to me here too, right? They, as soon as like that, I don't know what caused it, right? Because I was like 13 at the time. So I don't know what the fuck was going on. But like, they're like, we want another girl, right? So they kept trying for another girl. But I already knew my brother was coming. Tonesy came because like, so they wanted another girl because they didn't like me, right? And then it backfired in their face because me and this kid get along so well, right? And at the time I was extra suicidal, right? And uh I told you those are dark. I told you guys once that those are dark times until Tonesy showed up, and then he followed me around like a little duck, right? Yeah. So they brought this next kid into the picture. We don't have enough rooms or anything. Like I'm already in a room that doesn't freaking work for me, right? So they bring another kid into the picture, and then because remember I used to vlog at night, right? So then they stuck him with me just so that he could watch to see what I'm doing, right? And then like talk back like a spy. But it backfired on them too because me and him get along so well. Like it's fun. It's nice having someone to talk to, right? Like I didn't like it's like one of the few times I don't feel alone. Um Same thing too. I told you like Tonesy, like if something comes up, he'll be like, Lisa, we gotta go do this. Right? Like during the summer when I wanted to do other things, like he's the only one that would like call me for something like that, right? Like the rest of them would be like, I need you to do this, but Tonesy would be like, let's go do this. You know, like it's the tone is different. So because now that he's here with me, it's hard for me to like do shit like this, right? It's probably close to 9 now that I'm recording, and that's why it's like all dark now. But anyhow, they wanted to drag me to go grocery shopping even though I don't really eat, right? And I was like, I'd rather fucking record, right? Because I'm not gonna get a chance to later. So I had to beg Tonesy, like, Tonesy, can you please go? And he said, okay, right? Because he's always helping me. The rest of them don't help me. Oh, I cut my nails, by the way, see? No more claws. Anyhow, but I did break a couple, so they kind of hurt. Yeah, so he's out dealing with them. She's probably gonna cuss him up, and I'm like, I really want to slap her so hard. Like, because I know their patterns so well. Like, there's just some times in the morning where I'm like, I can see them like sleeping, and I wish I could just like end their lives. Like I'm being dead honest. Like I fucking hate these people. They're tormenting like hell. Um, they're also really fucking racist, right? So, anyways, yeah. Um, they're just really fucking awful. Like even when I started work, Dad was like, "Oh, you're so negative. You look so ugly." I constantly have to hear that I'm stupid, dirty, lazy. I hear that fucking constantly. I'm like, why am I hearing this from people that are hurt, that are supposed to be there for me, right? Like they're constantly hurting me, right? Um, and you know what I hate too? If I ask for something, like they won't do it. But if some random ass asks them to do something, they easily do it. You know what I mean? Like it was my birthday, and she said throw away my cake, right? And then when it's like someone else's birthday, they're all happy and excited and celebrating. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So whatever talking about just really pisses me off. Anyway, so those are the three instances, right? Like my grandmother's like, oh, she'll marry me off. Then tax guy's like, come meet my 30-something-year-old son. I'm like, we're not even on first. And then as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, there was this one year there was a whole bunch of dudes in the office, and I wasn't paying attention because I didn't give a fuck. I'm like, I'm here for my business, and then I'm gone, right? So I don't know if he saw me then, because I'm like, why would his son be interested in me? Because I'm like, if he's not gonna introduce himself or like let me see him, then it's a fucking dead ass no, right? So that, and then now Derek's wedding's coming up, and I'm like, I don't want to see any potential motherfuckers there because none of them are to my standard, or like, like I don't want to deal with that shit. I'm like, I'm not fucking doing it for money, right? Especially when like they think like once you sign the paperwork, they have every right to your body. I don't fucking like that at all. Fucking disgusting pieces of shit. If I end up in a situation where I'm forced to do that, the dude's dead, taking all his money, and then I'm gonna get revenge and kill the rest of them because I fucking hate them. You know what I got really pissed about too? Back in 2023, they were telling me how happy they'd be if I died, right? Because I'm such a burden to them. Um, Dad showed me some like poison I could take, and I was like, Are you fucking like for real right now?" Anyhow, yeah. So that's what's been bothering me. So I have to leave, right? Because if I stay here, I'm gonna get sold off. Lucky for me, I look young, right? So they always overlooked it. But now people are like talking now, right? And they're like, oh, like, because they're always watching to see what I'm doing. And I'm like, mind your own fucking business. You know what I mean? Um, so I tell Aaron this, right? I'm like, oh, dude wants me to meet his son. And Aaron starts laughing. And I want to punch him in the fucking face. I'm like, you think this is fucking funny? And he said, Lisa, if it's hurting you so much, the only thing you can do is laugh. And then I'm like, great, now I'm gonna turn into a fucking psycho. and then and then the rage comes back because the next thing he tells me, he's like, maybe you should go and meet the guy. And I was like, are you fucking stupid? He's like, but you'll be well off. The dude's rich. And then I was talking to my friend about this too, and she's like, maybe he just wants a trophy wife. And I was like, are you guys fucking dumb? Like, am I talking to fucking crazy people? Like, what is wrong with you guys? Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm feeling worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, you know what? Let's go for a fucking reading now, right? So I go for a reading just to see, like, because I haven't gone in a while because I can read, right? I'm like, I don't like reading my energy, but if it's important, like in like a now type situation, like I have my readings done like at least 4 times a year, right? But I'm like, this is really important, so I can only afford one right now, okay? Because if I gotta run off, I need that money later. But I just blew it on all bunch of shit today, so so I'm like, okay, got fucked with all that news, bawling my eyes out. Then I'm like, you know what? I can't keep fucking doing this. Let's go get a reading. So then I go and get a reading, and I feel 10 times worse. Normally, when you go get a reading, you're supposed to feel good after you come out, right? I go in and feel 50 times worse after leaving, but I'm like, that's how transformative energy is. It's not gonna feel nice. Um, but I like talking to this psychic, right? Because I'm like, I have someone to talk to now, right? And she's telling me, she's like, because she's